Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Inshallah, today we will be talking about the very significant moments and times and days where Allah has promised that the du'as will not be rejected, and the acceptance basically increases to a very high value. Number one is Friday. So the entire day of Friday is full of barakah, but especially from the hadith we know that the time between Asr and Maghrib is the time when dua is accepted. Number two, the time between Azan and Iqama. Try to make use of this time. Oftentimes we just respond to Azan and then we get back to our work and don't use this precious time. So even if you're busy, just make sure that you are more mindful and you make some dua. If you have more free time, pull out the app related to Masnoon duas and make dua, or have a booklet ready so you can make use of this time. Another time is inside of Salah. So from the Salah of the Prophet ﷺ, we learned that he used to make a lot of dua during prostration, because we are the closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when we are prostrating, when we are in sajda. And he used to, after his Subhana Rabbil Ala, he would say Subhanakallahumma Rabbana bihamdik Allahumma ghfirli, and any other forgiveness dua. Even if you don't know Arabic, you can make the duas in your language and make dua for your maghfirah, for your forgiveness, and for your family, children, parents, and hidayah, everything. Similarly, make dua after your ruku as well. This was the habit of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well. Also, another time during salah is between the two prostration, between the two sajda, and another time during the salah is after the attahiyat and the Durud Sharif. So most of us, we do know the dua Rabbi Ja'alni, which is a dua, but we are sometimes praying salah in such a fast speed we don't even realize when we started than when we ended our salah. So make sure that you understand that you are making dua when you are saying Rabbi Ja'alni, and also try to add other duas like Rabbana Atina or any other duas that you can, even in your own language. And after that, the dua after the ending the fard prayers, meaning after your salam. Sometimes we are running after children or to the kitchen, but if your life allows you, sit there and make dua. If it doesn't allow you, then still remember that you just completed your obligatory prayers, and these are the moments when your duas will be accepted. So make sure that you use those moments and make dua. Similarly, after any good deed, the duas are accepted, whether it is after reading the Quran, whether it is after giving sadaqah. But make sure that you don't have that feeling of arrogance or entitlement towards acceptance for dua, that I just did such good deeds. Make sure that you start with asking the dua for acceptance, like Rabbana taqabbal minna, yani Ya Allah, please accept this good deed from me. And secondly, make sure that you ask the dua that your heart stays pure and sincere, and then start off with your other duas. And then number 5 is tahajjud. So this is a very beautiful time when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself offers. He is on the last sky and offers that, is there anyone who is seeking forgiveness and I can forgive him? And is there anyone who is asking any duas and I can respond to his duas? So if you got into the habit of tahajjud during Ramadan, try to extend it to the rest of the year as well, inshallah. And then the day of Arafah is also the day when none of the duas are rejected. Also during rainfall, sometimes we are very busy enjoying the rainfall, but make sure you remember to make dua and remind others as well to make dua. Also, the dua of a fasting person is never rejected, whether it is the fasting of Ramadan or the optional fast, and especially at the time of Maghrib prayers, because sometimes we are all busy warming food and laying the table. So make sure that you get into this habit and your children get into this habit, that the last 2, 3, 4 minutes we just spend in making dua, because these are the moment near the time of Maghrib when we are fasting. This is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives a lot of importance to our duas. And then the last and the most important is that during the month of Ramadan, whether or not you can fast, but this is a month of du'as. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises that this is the month of du'as, and especially in the last 10 days, and especially in the night of power, the Laylatul Qadr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our du'as.